like a transport, and I ain't never seen something so.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. A short kick taken at the 18. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Carry now for Alexander Madison. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Brought down back at the 21-yard line.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Cousins. It's caught. Smith. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
33-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
He's brought
Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
It's on the pickup.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 24.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Watson on 3rd down. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Ball carrier.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Texans 7, Vikings nothing. Shaimi Fairbairn to kick off for you.
After the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. A short kick taken at the 18. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
And 7.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
But it's up about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 28-yard line.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Complete, Jefferson to target. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
And it's 3rd down.
try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
3 on the play.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there.
Switch.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
With the score, Texans.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I know, easy. Here we go.
Throwing, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended receiver. Third down here.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL,
The ball carrier.
let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 76 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, You can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at about the 31. And this one will be brought back to the 22. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. They run, Devontae Freeman. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at him right now and say, let's get away from him entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Madison, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
The ball carrier. He was taken down at the 50-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
At the 49-yard line.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback laying on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Check, cross. Hey, Steven. He's crossing. He's checking correctly over.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He got 29 yards that time.
And the Vikings 1st down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On the toss, Madison fights him off. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
The Viking ball
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. On the handoff, it's Madison. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. It's good, and that cuts it to 9 at 16-7.
Texans 16, Vikings 7.
So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Back to throw, Watson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. A shotgun snap for Watson. Going to Stills, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is down to 2. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here comes Cobb. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Anthony Barr. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. at the 27-yard line.
So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Here comes Cobb. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson off play action. He gets it to Cooks. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Out of the gun, Watson. Forced out to his left. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
And 7 at the 15-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and goal, Watson, screenplay, Johnson. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Texans will extend their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
It's the score, Texans 23, Vikings 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check 382, left 50. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Here's Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Yards to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a give to Madison. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Vikings! Alexander Madison, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Here comes Cobb. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Randall Cobb on the return. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now
it's caught inside the 25. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And that makes it a 9-point game.
Makes the score Texans 30, Vikings 21. Naimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Vikings.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Here's Madison. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Viking ball carrier. The tackle made just shy of midfield. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 25-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Ball carrier.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He'll have a 1st down inside the 10, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Houston, it's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Now Cousins. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
I had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Again, they'll run with Freeman. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
He was brought.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Third and 4.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Now Watson. That's complete to Cooks. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. First down Texans. Watson hooking up with Cooks.
34-yard line.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
He was tackled at the.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Down at the 41. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
The Texans on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
Watson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
6-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
41 Mike. Strip that ball. 41 Mike. Let's pick it up. It's out time, guys. Out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get up.
Cousins now. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And the Vikings 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
41 Mike. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike. Let's go, defense. Out time. It's out time. Hey, 41 Mike. Good route here. Exit. Mike 41. We're going to wedge that. It's a party now. 41 Mike.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Keep playing.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. His throw incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And that will be incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands. They hope he can make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Watson on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
And they take a knee.
Watson on the keeper.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Texans, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.